Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Social Media News. Um, fuck. Sorry about that. I got some treats for ya. Maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look together. Well, there goes 20 minutes of my life I won't get back chasing Gustav because my GF is an idiot with animals for the 20th time. Well, buddy, I think it's time you either get a new cat. I'm assuming it's a cat. I'm assuming you get a new cat that doesn't run away, or you get a new girlfriend that doesn't let your cat run away. Um, then yeah, um all you can really. That's really all you got going. Those are your two options for that scenario. And one, like, it's hard. It's a lot harder to replace a pet than it is a girlfriend. So I would go with the get a new girlfriend option. Um, Coming to the realization that I'm essentially a comic book supervillain. If the villain's goals were telling dick jokes, eating pizza, and playing video games, give me power and I will use it to the benefit of my allies to spread the memes. Oh man, more power to you then, man. Use that power for good or evil or whatever. Use that power. Use it wisely. What's it worth to you? Because ain't nothing in life for free. We all paying one way or another. I mean, yeah, to an extent, but there's always some sort of like investment that like for everything you do is some sort of investment. So it's always like best to just give things that give things your all. Um, it's it's something like it works. It's the principle of karmatic law. Basically, is everything works in full circle. You do good things, it gets recognized, and good things will then happen back to you. I mean, a lot of real life situations and examples sometimes works against that. And then you got a lot of people crying. Like, well, I'm a good person. Why doesn't good things happen? Like, maybe you do good things, but not for the intention of being a good person. You do it for the reward, and that's not the point. I mean, the reward comes, but the point to do the good things isn't to receive the reward. It's to just do the good things. Um, so like, yeah, you just do the things that are required of you, and like just try your best to even go above and beyond that. Like, um, I'm not saying you have to be all serious and everything all the time. No, I'm like the exact opposite of that, man. Take your time throughout the day, man. Goof off, play, uh, do all that stuff, man. But if you're just always focused on what the cost of is, like, what's it worth to you? If we're paying one way or other, like, come on, dude, get real. Like, that's true, but if you're just too focused on the cost of stuff, dude, you're never gonna know its true value. I wasn't trying to do any of that corny shit, but it's true. If you're always worried about the cost, you won't know something's true value. And and it's like, I don't know. On to the next one. I hate these. How many females can say they kept a man over 6 months? Bing, 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 bing. I'll wait. It says no girl can say this. Like, I have plenty of friends that are married. And I've dated chicks for longer than 6 months. I don't know if they were dating other people on the side, whatever, but I've dated people for 6 months. And it's I dated people for years, so like I don't know what the fuck. But it is starting to get back. Relationships are starting to get back into that freaking like junior high, high school deal where you like, or you end up dating someone for like a couple months and then then they move on. They find the next person they're attracted to. Guys and girls both do it. Um, And then when you're starting to get older, then that's when your relationship's starting to last longer. Like this one lasts a couple of years. This one lasted like almost a year, and then this next one lasted a couple of years. So then your stuff ends up lasting longer. But then it just changed all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. Like these adult relationships are ending just as quick as the ones that we did back when we were high school and shit. And it's probably a lot to do with like online dating and just you have a wider access to more people. So as soon as one thing goes wrong in like a type of relationship or whatever, that's when everyone's immediately trying to jump ship and go on to the next one. And it made sense in high school. We're young, we're figuring things out, and I guess the same is true for being an adult or whatever. And we have, but you had all the access to the people, whatever, when you were in school. Now we have access to all these people, and forever. Like I never like I've been on Tinder, and I never realized there was so many people in Rockford that I haven't met before. I'm like, wow, I thought I've seen everybody, but um, I mean, there's always new people coming to town. There's new people being born or whatever and all that. And you can't just be aware of everything. But you just think you know everybody, or if you don't know them, you've seen them around, and that's how most of the growing up was. But yeah, I think with this the whole online dating and all that stuff, it's causing people just to go back to their selves of like how we were when we were younger. It's like nobody ever really like grows up fully. Um, some people do. I'm not gonna say no one really, but the mass majority of people, we all pretty much stay the same from when we're like 15, or even younger. Like you mature and stuff, but you keep a lot of your same interests and personality and how you talk, and that's why I was watching a time traveler testimony on YouTube, and so there's this dude Noah from 2030 who's in 2018 or whatever right now, and then there's this other Noah who claims he's the exact same Noah from 2070, but this dude from 2070, like the 2031 looks like me, like someone that's average height. He might be a little bit taller. Someone that's average height, someone that's lean and thin, and they gave him a voice filter so you couldn't tell their voices and stuff or how they talk were essentially the same. But then they bring in the Noah from 2070, the older guy, and this dude is huge. Like time was not kind to this time traveler guy. Oh my god, oh, huge. No, I'm not saying I have anything against fat people. I have fat friends. I got black friends too. No, but uh, I'm not. But I'm just like, and I'm not saying skinny people just can't become fat or whatever all of a sudden, especially after a 40-year difference. But oh my god! And this, the 2070 version seemed like he knew less about the time travel than the 2030 version. And you think he might know more? He's been doing it longer. The technology's been more advanced, and it's probably a lot more simplified. You know, it's like as our technology has been advancing through time, everything gets more simplified and easier to understand and use. So like, I don't know. I don't know. Girls who like to be tied up, slapped, and choked during sex are also the ones who cry when you yell at them. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's funny. Um, wow, wow, wow. Right off topic, but I've been thinking about it. Last week, someone suggested that I do like screenshots and edit the screenshot so you can't see. It was a good idea, and I plan on doing that. But it's gonna take a little bit more time and patience than what my mainly more patience than what I can like what my brain allows. Because I have to take the screenshots and then zoom in on them and edit them and crop them and all that, and then put the real version onto my laptop and then adjust what I'm gonna say accordingly to just mainly actually it might actually work. It might work. I could just scroll through social medias throughout the week, just take random screenshots of all the funniest shit, and yeah, do that, and then just have them all laid out, and then I just don't really pick an order. I just start ranting. You know, it'll work, and I'm gonna get to that suggestion, or I'm gonna get to doing that. The staff had just told me about it before I did this one, so I wasn't really going. I mean, I didn't really know. I wasn't prepared to do it. I talk a lot of bullshit, but I secretly tell no lies. It's not a secret anymore, sister. Woo. Um, Tom Cruise could be the new Green Lantern. That's been all over the nerd circuit today. I I really don't care enough about Green Lantern for it. Like yeah, get a shitty actor like Tom Cruise. I don't know. I don't care enough about Green Lantern. We had a decent Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. It wasn't Ryan Reynolds' fault that it was bad. He did well. Other actors did well. Alright, so there's this meme going on. There's this right wing news show. It's called Change My Mind. And I forget the host of the show, but he goes on these college campuses and he just gets in all these arguments with teenagers. Um, so there's been all these memes going around, or whatever, with while he's sitting at his chair, or whatever, because he sits at a table. He got two chairs, two mics, and he's got two cameras at the table, and he's just asking people to change his mind about like whatever political stuff, pro gun, whatever. He's right wing. He has the right wing beliefs, so like he's the pro gun, pro life, all that stuff, all that, whatever, all that jazz. So there's a meme right here. It says, "White privilege exists. Cat callers should be arrested. Abortion is not murder. Rape culture is real. The friend zone is imaginary. Change my mind." I don't know if I can change your mind. Um, white privilege definitely exists. Catcallers should be arrested. I don't know. It's um uh as harmless as it's intended. I mean, I guess it can be um sort of creepy or what. I don't know what it's like to be a woman, so I don't want to necessarily get into that. And I'm not trying to say that it's wrong that they should be arrested. I just uh that's something I want to need I'd love to have a debate or talk on like that just so I could understand uh not the reasoning for it, just how it feels to be a woman and stuff when that happens to you. Um, it's like when it happened in the '90s, they used to have it like in commercials and shit too. It always just seemed like the chick would just like brush it off. It was like whatever, pics, fucking whatever, brush it off. But and that's probably at least all it was then. But I mean, there were probably were some extreme instances where shit got out of hand. Where I mean that happens in a lot of things too. But not to say that it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying shit happens. Don't let shit get out of hand. Uh, rape culture. Like every culture is real. Rape culture is real too. Um, the only way it wouldn't be a culture if there was just like one rapist or or like a handful at the most. You know, like there was like there's seven fucking people out there going around raping people, whatever. And then it's just a little club. But if there's people everywhere, like you can get on fucking forums and chat and discuss rape strategy and whatever, all that shit. Yeah, there's definitely a freaking rape culture. Like, if not a culture, there is a community. um, that's not good. Abortion is not murder. Yeah, it's not. Um, friend zone is imaginary. Friend zone is. I was watching an interesting video on this on YouTube. Actually, just recently. It was about how Friends is responsible for inventing the friend zone. And I don't know if that's exactly true or not, but the video was a lot more deeper than that. That was just where it's titled. And they stopped talking about Friends like early on in the video. But um, so like there's this thing like you're sitting at the bar, you're with one of your female friends. I'm obviously talking in my personal there's male perspective. You're at the bar with one of your female friends, and another one of your friends shows up. They're all like, she leaves, and then you start talking like, "Oh man, what's up with you two? You guys dating?" And then you say the one thing, "Oh no, we're just friends." And the word "just" in that type of way implies that um like just like a friend is something that you can just whatever just brush off or whatever. Um, but I think it's better to have friends than like your romantic relationships, like essentially. Um, your friends usually support you with stuff. Your boyfriend or girlfriend tend to not. Maybe I've just been dating the wrong people. Um, yeah, it's like, but when you say it like, oh, we're just friends, or it's just so and so, it's like the word just like implies that like being a friend isn't as important, or it has it's like a hierarchy of like relationship goals. Like husband, wife, whatever is here at the top, and then you got your mother, father, brother, sister, whatever. They're like all be tied in like the same category, and then you got your cousins, aunt, uncles, cousins. Then you got your close friend, like your best friends, whatever. Then you got your close friends, and then you got wait, no. Like above cousin, you got your relationship, whatever. It depends. You can that can swap. It depends on how close the family is. Um, Probably same thing with mother, father, and all that stuff too. Um, uh, so yeah, I guess everybody's hierarchy would be is completely different, but this is just a general speculation. Uh, yeah, it's like so. Then you have your really, I don't know. You guys get my point about the hierarchy. I lost my train of thought looking at the next status. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Uh, we got to stop saying just friends or whatever, or just uh, like I know a lot of dudes will go and like become friends with a chick, whatever, and with intents to possibly dating them or whatever. But a lot of times, like you don't make people don't make their intentions clear. Um, Although as obvious as they may seem, whatever, and a lot of times people don't make their intentions clear, or they go about their advances the wrong way, or there's all sorts of variables as to why some people constructed the friend zone, and it's it's not right. I mean, like I used to believe in it. Like you had TV shows and stuff that reinforced it, but it's also that's also a more male dominated medium, whatever, with writers and all that stuff. And there's a lot of girls I know that actually believe like, oh, I friend zoned that guy. Like what kind of fucking sick, twisted person are you? Like you know this person has these feelings or whatever for you, but instead you just say, hey, it's never gonna happen. You just be you just be like you lead them on or fucking whatever. Don't do that. Fuck, don't reinforce that type of shit. Um. Well, we're gonna call it quits. Stay tuned tomorrow for Timon Answers Everything. And like and comment, or like and subscribe and comment below what you guys think. And we'll see you next week.